This is the 2020 Toyota Supra. After the 4th generation model disappeared from US showrooms 20 years ago, it's finally back with some help from BMW that provides its chassis and engine that's shared with the Z4 and assembles it for Toyota too. And those facts have some Supra fans throwing major cows and automatically writing it off because of its German bones. They're all wounded knee about it not packing a successor to the 2JZ, not being based on a Toyota platform, and whatever. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because I don't care. But what I do care about is if it's a good sports car. Any good performance car has to look the part and raise your heart rate as you walk towards it. And the Supra does an okay job of that. There's some 4th gen styling inspiration sprinkled into the front end that's mashed up with some cues from the F1 car's nose. The best view of the car is from the rear, with the curvy haunches and integrated spoiler to again look like its predecessor. As for the fake hood and door vents, I don't mind them. The 2-seater cabin is a deviation from Supras of old that had back seats. Here, the leather buckets in this launch edition model are comfy and supportive, there's a lot of headroom, and a 10.2 cubic feet trunk that can accommodate a couple of weekend bags. I can see taller people banging their heads on the low door openings getting in though. And if you don't like BMW buttons and knobs for some strange odd reason, you're not gonna like it in here. The infotainment system is an 8.8-inch touchscreen, and center controller is BMW iDrive, so it does an admirable job running navigation, a JBL sound system, and Apple CarPlay. But for a closer look at it and the rest of the Supra's tech features, we got a standalone tech check video for that. Powering things is an inline 6-cylinder engine, just like every other Supra before. The 3-liter turbocharged unit makes 335 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque, the latter of which is available between 1600 and 4500 RPM for muscular mid-range grunt. And with an always excellent ZF 8-speed automatic transmission that also offers a snappy manual shift option, the Supra hits 60 miles per hour in just 4.1 seconds. That's a believable number because when you put your foot into it in sport mode, this thing really goes. And it doesn't sound bad either with a crackling exhaust note like, well, a BMW. The 3-pedal faithful probably have picked up on that I haven't mentioned anything about a manual transmission, and that's because the Supra doesn't have one. It's auto only, but thankfully a good one. Though I'm not saying that a stick wouldn't be awesome, because of course it would be. Helping the Supra handle is a perfect 50-50 weight distribution, a center of gravity that's actually lower than the 86's, adaptive dampers, a torque vectoring rear differential, Brembo front brakes, and 19-inch Michelin Pilot Supersport tires that are wrapped around forged wheels. With Toyota engineers tuning all components independently of BMW, the Supra's handling personality is definitely distinct. Even in sport mode, steering weight is lighter, but it's quick to turn in. There is some initial body lean before it grips and then rockets through corners. It is well balanced though, and playful, letting you easily hang the back end out using the throttle whenever the feeling strikes you. So it's fun to drive, not really fun to drive, but fun to drive. For the times when you're not hoofing it, keeping the car in normal mode yields a smooth and relaxed drivetrain that returns an EPA estimated 24 miles per gallon in the city and 31 miles per gallon on the highway. Steering further lightens, and the suspension offers enough give for reasonable comfort around town. It certainly would be fine for road trips, making the Supra a decent dual-threat runner, capable of both romping through corners and tackling daily drives at a push of a button. The 2020 Toyota Supra starts at $49,990. This limited edition launch edition here, with a bit more features and exclusive styling touches, rings in at $55 grand. So it's not a smoking deal or drastically overpriced, coming in below a base Porsche 718 Cayman, which is another small 2-seater coupe. But considering price, performance, and size, it sort of stands out by itself in the marketplace. No question, the new Supra is a good and competent sports car, and it'd be a real shame if anyone missed out on it, especially if it's because they didn't approve of where its hardware came from.